extra points, and then misses the under. Oh, he bet the over by a half a point.
All right, 1 minute.
Was the fourth one the one that hit the top of the goalpost?
Yes. The third one hit the upright. The fourth one hit the top. And, I mean, I'm just dancing in my living room because he gave me the Cowboys in the under, and I'm like, Cowboys are looking good. He keeps missing these things. We might just slide by. And then when
Charlie's going to be on?
when
Charlie.
when Tampa missed the 2-point conversion, it was like this game. It's 24-0. If they'd have got that 2-point conversion, it'd have been kind of fun.
We have the beauty on this week. Beauty instead of the beast.
Technically, the show's not on yet.
Oh,
But,
good.
but,
Okay.
but I like your positive.
Energy.
So
I try.
You'll know because he cranks this noise.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
The clapping.
The clapping.
Yeah. You'll know because Chuck will start talking right afterwards.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
We must be getting ready because he's getting ready. He's getting ready sound-wise. 30 seconds.
One of the greatest lead singers ever, wouldn't you say?
Who's that?
Paul Rogers? This guy.
That wasn't 30 seconds.
To be continued.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Miller's Ale House on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in Kennesaw. My name is Chuck Burge, and here with three guys who love sports, along with my regular co-host, Mr. Robert Kinney. Robert, welcome.
How are you, sir?
Good. How was your weekend?
Splendid. I watched a
Great.
lot of football.
Glad to hear it. I watched a lot of basketball, too. As you know, we are here to support men that are going through tough times in their lives with either cancer or mental issues. And if we can take their minds of what they're going through for an hour and you can help somebody for an hour, this world would be a better place. So happy to have everybody on board. If you want to chime in and tell us what you're thinking about our topics.
I was good when I came here, but I think you might be causing me mental issues at this point. So,
There's a good chance of that.
you know,
So we may be raising money for you before you know it.
hey, who knows? Maybe we can get a new sponsor for whoever I have to go see once a week.
There you go. And the number, if you want to contact us here, you can text us at 470-7-SPORTS. That's 470-7-SPORTS, 470-777-6787 for you Georgia fans that can't compute. So speaking of sponsors, we can
count to two.
The prettiest sponsor we have is Charlie with Miller's Ale House. Charlie, how are you, doll?
I'm good. How are you guys?
If we were any better, we'd be you. We'd have been in Vegas with you.
Yes, Vegas was fun.
Charlie just got back from Vegas where she won millions of dollars, and she's
No,
willing
I don't
to dole
gamble.
that out to anybody.
I can't gamble.
She won it all and decided to come back to work anyway.
Exactly.
And just lay low.
Yeah, because I would be working here if I won $1 million.
Of course you would.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
Wasn't
loves
that a
Miller.
great song? If I had $1 million. Who was that?
That would be Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies. Great group. Great group. So, Charlie, what's happening here at Miller's? What have we been missing out on? It's
It's
crab night.
after Christmas. It is crab night. Oh, yeah. We got some crab legs and get some good little, the butter that they have with it.
You
Drawn butter.
Got to have the drawn butter.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Absolutely.
If you're a therapist and you think you can possibly help me, if you could contact Larry, I appreciate that.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Charlie is now not only a server, but she's also a bartender. So,
I am, yes.
So, come out and see Charlie at Miller's Ale House and give her mucho tips.
Oh, yes. All your tips, please.
Yeah. So, are you enjoying bartending as well?
Oh, I like bartending better.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a fun environment. It's a little bit smaller. You don't have to go as far. You're interacting more with your customers.
Less walking and
Yeah, I mean, the walking's good, get my steps in, but
isn't Charlie awesome? So you're working as a server tonight over there, and Bailey's over here. What's Bailey doing out here?
look at her.
She's
Bailey's-
basically just doing whatever she wants.
Bailey just rolled. Bailey.
That's Bali.
Bailey. So we have a fun crew here at Miller's Ale House, and we want to thank them as always, Mark and Bill and Charlie and Sean and Bailey and the staff for having us out and bringing our
Absolutely.
sports show every week. And
Yes.
always a thrill to have you on, Miss Charlie.
Thank you.
So go earn some big bucks
I will try.
so you can take it to Vegas
Oh yeah.
and lose it.
No. We can't
Next
lose
time
it.
she's
We
going
have
to
to save
Reno.
it. We have to Reno.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for sitting in with us, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
You have a
guys.
great night, sweetie.
Thank you too. See you
All
next
right.
time.
All right, let's bring in our guest of the week on Three Guys Who Love Sports, Mr. Rob Mandel. Everybody put your hands together for Rob. Rob, what a crowd you brought in. How about that? Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Great to be here, guys.
So give us a minute to tell us all about Rob and where Rob's from before we get into our sports topics.
Sure. Originally from the Detroit area. Moved down to Atlanta about 1997, so been here about 25 years. So torn between rooting for the Michigan sports and the Georgia sports. So love them both.
Yeah, that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about Georgia and Georgia Tech. You can't love those both.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely not true.
Probably the same thing Michigan and Michigan State, too,
that's
right?
right. You're
Okay.
divided up there.
Yeah.
That's for
I
sure.
am
Robert-
living proof that is not the case, Chuck.
Yeah, I know you are.
I moved when I was 7. I loved Herschel. I loved Bobby Cremens. I'm going to see the Tech Syracuse game on Saturday.
It's awesome. Tick and the Q's.
Tech and the Cuse.
Speaking of college hoops, let's talk a little basketball. What's going on? We've got the same top 3 that we've had for a while now. We've got Houston and we've got Kansas and the Boilermakers. Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah.
12 ranked teams lost this weekend.
Out of the 25. Yeah. That's crazy.
Half
Wasn't
of them lost. A couple more lost yesterday. I know KU lost.
it? Kansas lost by 1 to Kansas State. Yep.
One thing that struck me as interesting when I looked down the top 25 was which conference was most dominant.
Yeah. What'd you see? I saw the Big 12.
It's the Big 12, which
Yeah.
technically only has 10 teams, but that's a different story for a different day. 6 of them ranked in the top 21. So that's pretty impressive. And there was only like 2 from this conference, 2 from this conference, 2, Big 10 only has 2 teams.
That- That's amazing in itself, too.
It is.
And that's
You know-
Purdue and who? Not Michigan State, right? Rutgers?
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rutgers.
Rutgers.
And
Because
Rutgers
they-
beat Purdue earlier in the year,
Correct,
didn't they?
which is why they're given so much credit.
I don't
And
look like he's
ATI's
gonna throw up.
Eyes just rolled into the back of his head.
You know, the Big 12 has every one of their teams in the top 40.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
Well,
they look good. They look
Yeah.
good.
Well, we'll be having our bowl our March Madness tournament, I guess, coming up fairly shortly.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm going to take Kansas this year. I think I'm going to take somebody different. I don't think they're going to win back-to-back tournaments, so we'll see.
Just make sure you take the team that everybody takes, because there's always one team that 65% of everybody who fills out a bracket takes.
Yeah, but you know what? And Adam,
That team never
Adam
wins.
the intern and I were talking about this before. I think parity has hit college basketball.
Parity has hit
It's
college
probably
basketball.
the most unpredictable year that I've seen in a long, long time.
I'm not going to go so much with parity. I still think there's probably 8 to 10 teams that are clearly above
But there's always
everybody.
only 8 or 10 that are going to
Well,
win, right?
But then nothing's changed.
Yeah.
It's the same. Houston waxed Larry's Green Wave last night, but
It was a tsunami.
when you look at the rest of their schedule, they don't have anything daunting in their future, and they're probably heading into the tournament about with what you look at.
Yeah.
Zach Edey for Purdue had an incredible game. 32 and 17 boards when he hit the game winner to beat Michigan State. Unfortunately, they needed a game winner to beat Michigan State, but that's a different story as well. There's a lot of teams that look really good.
That was a big W for Purdue beating. It was at Michigan State,
Yeah,
too,
that's
wasn't it? It
that's
was
a
on the
hard
road.
place to win.
Is
for
it
sure.
Lansing?
Lansing.
Isn't that
Yeah.
where they are? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. One of the questions we were talking about this week, and we always do an agenda, but when was the last time North Carolina and Duke, one of those teams, wasn't in the top 25? Do you have any idea, Robert?
Well, and
Rob.
I didn't look it up, so I kind of kicked some numbers around in my head, and I'm gonna say, and I'm sure I'm wrong on this, but I'm going pre Johnny Dawkins. I'll say 1985.
1985, that's your guess?
I'm going to say in the 1970s.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt that.
1970. You know when it was?
No.
2021.
What?
March 15th, 2021 is the last time
There you
Duke.
go. Turns out they stink as bad as they did last year. We're just not accustomed to
We're
that.
just
yet.
not accustomed to it. Yeah, I didn't know that. So, and not only that, Kentucky is not in the top 25. And if you go back with the top 3, I don't remember how far back they've been since the top 3 of those haven't been in. So it's a crazy time in college basketball.
It is, but you also you put something on the sheet about UCLA. UCLA lost back-to-back games to Illinois and Baylor 2 months ago. They lost on a Friday and a Sunday, and they haven't lost since. And when you look at these schools, even things like Carolina, Duke, and Kentucky, you know they got horses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so just because they look like garbage in December, you know, they could.
They all have winning records too right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Kentucky, they got beat by South Carolina by 20 at home. No, they lost South Carolina. They were favored by 20
Yeah.
at Rupp Arena. And then the next game, they go down and beat a top-ranked Tennessee team.
Tennessee.
Adam, the intern, has something
Kentucky
to allow.
was also not ranked in the March 15th, 2021 poll.
Were they were not?
So
Wow.
Kentucky, North Carolina, and
All the
Duke.
blue bloods.
Yes.
Wow.
Along with Indiana, if that. I don't know if you
I
count
think
Indiana as a
that's
blue
red
blood.
blood.
Indiana is a red blood. They used to be a blue blood, but I'm not sure about that. But so that's pretty cool. Yeah, the Bruins are on a hot streak, as Robert said. They've won 13 in a row, and no matter what league you're in, that's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
So you know, we'll see what happens with the Bruins.
Bama's looking strong.
Bama's
Yeah.
number 4 in the country.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, and
Yep.
they're undefeated in the SEC, and they played a pretty tough schedule, like Gonzaga and one of the other top teams. So you know, they played a few teams beforehand, and thank goodness we never talked about it. But how do you feel about the Texas Houston? Yes, correct. Alabama played Houston. How about
Chris Beard
yeah,
getting canned.
yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to affect Texas.